black woman. Behold my heart, and she's not letting go. In the events of your horizon, it's surprising that you're alive and aligning with me. So dark, so unique. Our woke souls were asleep.
Boy, I'm naked on your bedside. And you know that I'm in love with your bad side. As I'm looking at your back right, thinking laying naked on your bedside. And you know. Oh, you better fucking act right. Oh, you won't have me on your bedside.
I get lost in the stars of your eyes, so I shoot into the skies, to the sun, my core, my guide. Who's the love of my life? Thought we were planets apart, moons away, yet you keep me grounded, surrounded by love so deep it feels I finally found it. You make my earth shake, and yet somehow you make my ground lift. I'm astounded. Thought I was a star, but even though the tides change, we ride the wave, weather the storm. And on rainy days, I will dance in the center of your storm. Cause I am your calm, and you are my center, my core. Whether it's exploring your body or your mind, you're what I live for. Baby, listen, they bugging cause my fly be buzzing. Call me honey, that sunflower I deflower and devour in showers by my bedside.
Early in the morning when I wake, we f***ing big. And baby, I can like your loving gets me high, like we're in space. Let's transcend to planets beyond the mind. This attraction I can see through your third eye. Every single time, be like our first time. Don't mind, rewind, don't mind. And I want to remind you that I don't want to be compared to the other girls you be mishandling. I love you and I cherish you and treat you like my king. Ooh. And if you ever do me wrong, I'll eat you up and spit you out and put it in a song. So don't do me wrong, baby, don't do me wrong. Boy, I'm naked on your bedside. And you know that I'm in love with your bad side. As I'm looking at your back right.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of The Content. This is your boy Scharlarco, and I'm in studio with Yola.
Hi.
She's back, guys. She's back.
Hello.
So I invited Yola because we vibe, and I wanted somebody to accompany me like while I'm doing my interviews. So
Yay.
yeah, thank you for joining us, guys. Though there was someone who commented. Thank you for commenting, but I lost your comment. You can comment it again, but also remove one of your flags because it's not showing. But yeah, we're good. We're good. Yeah, Yola, hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
I'm back by popular demand. People said they didn't see me the first time, so
Yeah.
I had to come back for a second round.
Yeah, just I hope you guys are seeing her.
Yeah, please.
Okay, cool.
If you can't see
cool.
me, comment and say something.
Yes.
I hope I'm audible.
Yeah, I hope you're audible as
Yeah,
well.
no, actually, full experience.
I hope you're. Yeah, I'm audible.
Hi.
Oh yeah, no, she's heard. She's heard. She's
Guys,
loud
I
and
should
clear.
probably do voiceovers or something because the voice sounds so soothing.
Oh wow. Okay, I love this for you.
Anyways.
Okay, so I'm gonna jump right into it. Yola,
Okay.
I'm gonna quickly interview, but not really interview.
Uh-huh.
I just want to catch up. So,
Let's go.
Yola was on the show before. For those of you that are just tuning in and that didn't see her before,
Yeah.
she was on the show before. She was here as representing her capacity as a content creator,
Yes.
as well
Digital
as
creator.
a body positive.
Yeah. The girl
Yeah.
that just loves being herself and
Yeah.
unapologetic about it, honestly.
Yeah, and so she loved the session, and she was so stoked to come on, and I was like, yes.
Let's do it.
Yes,
Eee.
we're doing this. Yeah, unfortunately, she was already supposed to come on with Ian's interview,
Yeah.
but the homegirl decided to be sick.
I didn't decide, guys. I'm technically still ill, but then I can only do specific things for like during a specific time. But
Yeah.
after this week, hopefully I'll be back, and then I can go back to normal starting next week.
Love this for you. You're still at Joey Bites.
Yes, I am still working at.
How's
Chummy
that
Bike.
marketing thing going for you?
So in terms of marketing, okay, obviously I'm under the marketing department, but I mostly focus on content creation. So right now we're basically updating and having amazing things that are going to be coming soon, starting from
Nice.
April. But other than that, it's going really well.
Chome, use me as an influencer or whatever.
Maybe I might just, guys. You must keep your eyes open. We'll be hitting rocks that side by Chummy Bike.
No, I'm just joking. It's fine.
You
Thank
don't
guys.
want-
I know people don't want colors as influencers, but that's a topic for another day.
Aye.
Anyways, moving on. Confrontational
don't
girl.
put me in those stories. Just now, go get cancelled there by Twitter. No
Why?
way. Because you're mentioning such things, and then it'll make it seem as if like Yola said that colors.
No, I said it. It's I actually mentioned it on Twitter a few days ago.
Really?
Where I was like, yeah, you can be rest assured
Yeah.
when it comes to influencer marketing, there will be very little colored representation.
Are you serious?
And if there is colored representation, it's like the same three colors that do the influencing.
I just all three of them popped into my
Yeah.
head right now as soon as you mentioned that, because I'm just thinking about it. Actually, that's true.
And there are so many other colors that are content creators, excluding myself even, because I'm not even really a content creator. I just
But you should get onto that wagon because we see the juice that you be putting out.
show me like
You just need to get serious.
an
Scharlarco.
look. After you started your 8 to 5, how much time have you had to create content?
Technically, a lot, because I do it in my free
Because-
time, during lunch, on the weekends.
Okay, we'll talk after. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me not put you on the
We'll
spot.
talk after a year of you being in corporate, because show me. Anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think honestly that there is a lot more room for a lot more people to be represented and representing.
Definitely.
Yeah, but this is not the show. Maybe it is, but we'll get into that maybe later.
Yeah.
How have you been?
That question hit so deep. Actually, I've been under the weather. Let me not even lie.
Oh, shame.
No, honestly, because I've realized this about not just myself, but like a lot of people within my friend group as well, and a lot of people on social media.
Yeah.
Everybody's just posting sad memes. I get it. Like
Yeah.
it's either the weather or it's us ourselves that we're not dealing with specific things.
If I was a love and light Hannah, I'd say it's probably the moon or something.
The moon is in retrograde.
in
I
energy or something.
I wish I knew more about that, but like
Yeah.
all in all, I've been really under the weather, and I decided to even go off social media for like as soon as I felt ill. I realized I couldn't really necessarily keep up with like creating content and all of that.
Yeah.
So I just decided, you know what, girl, just take the month off. I haven't
Exactly.
posted for like on my feed. I haven't posted for like a month. On my story here and there, once
Yeah,
in a
of
while.
course.
But yeah, so I'm just really just a firm believer of like, if you don't feel specific way, if you don't feel fine, don't post
Yeah.
anything. Just leave it, because people
Exactly.
feel that energy.
Honestly, don't force it.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
if your people want to see you, they will want to see you when you're ready to come
Exactly.
out. But other than that, I've been pretty good. I've been doing some shadow work, and it's doing me really well. The journaling.
What is shadow work?
Shadow work? It's like tackling your toxic traits and what insecurities you have and where they stem from, and asking yourself those deep-rooted questions that you always want to avoid when a grown-up
For me,
asks
that's
you.
probably shade work.
Yeah,
not
it's
shadow
shade
work.
work. No, honestly, we should probably rename it to shade work,
Yeah.
because I remember just asking myself specific questions, and I just started bawling my eyes out because I'm like, "Da, why you gotta ask me
Yo.
that?" It really hit me deep. Like the one question it really hit me was I think it was what is your biggest or what is something that you regret deeply, and how do you think you could have prevented it?
Yeah.
And I wrote what I wrote, and I cried after that, because I was like, I was really holding that in, and it was weighing me down for such a long
Yeah.
time. And even now, even though I still mess up every now and again, at least I tackle it immediately when
Yeah.
it happens, as opposed to burying things down.
Exactly.
So yeah, man.
No, I understand. Like, last year sometime I also had my moment where I was like so much happening. Like I was losing a lot of friends at the same time. And
Yeah.
I was like, there's something wrong with
But
me.
those things are a blessing. Let's not lie.
There was something. I was like, there's something wrong with me, because all these people at the same time. What's happening? Like, what
Yeah.
am I doing wrong? And then I just checked I checked in and I'm like, no, Chummy, these people are just toxic.
Yeah,
They're just toxic,
honestly.
and they needed to go because they clearly weren't
Yeah.
aligning with who I was. And while I'm sitting here, I can honestly say I've met so many more people. I don't want to say replaced, but that have come to write the new story with me. Let's put it that way.
Exactly. The new chapters that you're
Yes.
on with the new book that you're.
Exactly. But I also, in that process, had to ask myself, how do I avoid that happening again?
I see.
And I also had to come to a point where I was like, what did you do? How are you going to fix it? You know?
Hey,
And then I was
shade
like,
work on your own.
show me. Okay,
Yeah.
cool, you're done. You're done.
You're done. Officially, you're done.
Anyways,
No.
yeah. So,
But how are you though? I
How
didn't even
I?
ask. Oh, how you been?
I am giving about a thing.
Babes, it's okay. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. Don't
No,
worry.
actually, I'm doing good. I'm always chilled. Even if I'm doing bad, I don't feel the intensity of it. It's
Yeah.
probably a toxic trait, but
Yeah.
I'm not feeling terrible or anything because I'm like really just flowing through things, if I could say that. But life has been kinder to me.
That's beautiful.
Let's put it that way.
The pockets are
Yes.
filling in a little. Okay. let's
Look,
not go
I'm
there.
saying, if you're watching and you see this and you see me, look, I'm a catch.
No, he
So,
is. Guys. No,
maybe,
he is.
just maybe, if you're a glucose guardian looking for someone to spend money on, I will unashamedly say,
Sugar baby.
oh wait, 5.
Stop. Hey.
No, I'm just kidding.
behave.
But the finances could be better.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we're still making money.
Yeah, you know, it's
Yeah.
just enough to keep you above.
Exactly.
Yeah, at least you're
Yeah,
not drowning
Tony.
all the way.
Like on we got paid on Friday, right? And then on Saturday, I had a conversation with a friend, and I'm like, I swear there was a salary.
Everything went to.
Yeah, tell me everything went to bills. Like, yo, guys, why is rent so expensive?
The thing is, where you stay, it's expensive. You just don't want to go where it's cheap.
Tell me I'm not crossing the red line.
That's what I exactly. Had you
Yeah.
crossed the red line, you could have been eating
No,
your
but
money
Chomi,
by now.
3.5 is not. I mean, yeah, it's not a lot.
But
No,
you're
it's a lot.
complaining.
It's a lot.
You're complaining.
Anyways, we're just saying that loud.
3.5 is a lot.
Anyways.
My goodness.
Anyways,
Eee.
yeah. So enough complaining.
Okay.
We should
Gratitude.
get into the show.
Yes.
Before we
let's
do
it.
that, I would just like to give a shout out to Renee. She has invited the content out to the Sip and Paint event.
Ooh.
Ian Lovely will be performing there.
Ah.
My former not colleague, my former school buddy, an art class friend, Yolanda is going to be facilitating, so that's exciting. We also have the grand opening or the official opening for the year for the wine club.
Yes.
We're
Get
going
into
to
it.
so basically, when the wine club is having their first official opening for the year, they had events. They were at events, but now they're
Yeah.
hosting their first event. No, their second event. And yeah, it's going to be great. You guys can pop in. You can go to their Instagram page or
They have to RSVP, no?
yeah,
Yeah. Exactly.
yeah. So yeah, you can go to their pages and then you can RSVP. The tickets are almost sold out. Joey,
Yep.
like one day.
Yeah.
In one day, like out of
It's a
our
community.
capacity was almost at 85%. And
Yeah,
I
no,
don't
we
even
need a
know if
bigger
there's-
venue.
I don't even know if there is tickets, but yeah. So it's happening Saturday at the Fisher Restaurant.
Hey.
I believe.
Check your phone real quick.
Joey,
I'm also on the wine club, so let me
let
quickly
me,
go
let me not get
check.
fired.
You were just
It's-
spreading
It
misinformation.
starts at 4. Yes, I was correct. It starts at 4, so
Yeah.
June. I mean, yeah. Come
And
through.
And I know for a fact that it's going to be so much bigger and better because the first one was already to what they had, they made the most out of it.
Yes.
And it was so, how do you want to say, it was so informative because you had so many people that came out to
Yeah.
come talk about the different wines that were there, and even just to engage with people that are so enthusiastic about wine and don't just want to drink for the sake of drinking.
I was like, yo, I just
Bruh.
wanted to get drunk, but yo.
No, it's a culture, not necessarily a
It's a
culture.
cult.
No, don't say that. You're gonna get us censored.
Do you know how they look down at people? You know.
Yeah,
the
no,
other day-
especially if you drink from the wrong glass. Oh my god.
The other day, I don't know what happened.
Hey.
We had a conversation, and then the conversation literally was, okay, let's do this. Put a wine club here and a beer club here. As a professional, where are you gonna go?
Obviously to the wine side.
Yeah, because
Unfortunately.
Chomi, your cover is on. Yeah, sorry guys, Mitch is in the studio. Yeah, so the wine club thing is happening. There's another thing happening. Oh, drag night again this month.
Are you
Yeah,
serious?
tomorrow and it's Friday and Saturday. I believe the pre-sale tickets are done. I'm doing guys, this is for free. It's just because I really appreciate what they're doing.
No, honestly.
And there's Pride pop-up happening this week as well.
Wazala.
There's so many events happening this week, and this is what we're here for.
And
We're here
Fiddy
for the
Fest as
events.
well.
And Fiddy Fest
But
as well.
Fiddy
But
Fest,
we'll get into
Fiddy
that.
Fest.
We'll get into that when he comes on. And
Yeah.
we didn't even introduce our guests.
Actually.
Yo, we just been talking. Anyways, guys, so in studio today we have Biigg Flexx and we have Fiddy.The.Rapper. Both of them are rappers, clearly. And yeah, I think we have an hour, so we're gonna rush through this. Hopefully I can also play the game with them.
Yeah.
Did you play the game last time?
I did.
Yes, perfect.
I did. I think I won. Did I not win? I did
yes,
win.
guests always win.
I actually won, guys.
Guests,
Come on.
but I'm telling you now, as special guest co-host, the guests must win. But
If
it's
you're a
okay,
sore
it's okay.
loser, you're a
It's
sore
fine,
loser.
It's fine. We'll give them a.
yeah.
It's men. We can give them.
Yeah, no, yeah, we
can
should
give them
just.
a tough time.
It's true. You must feel it.
I think what we're gonna do now is we're going to get right into it. We're gonna get Biigg Flexx to come on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave you guys with a song while I go. Just quickly do things outside the studio.
Real quick.
We're going to quickly do photography and whatever, and then
Take some pictures.
we'll be back.
Yeah.
So don't go away, guys. We'll be right back. Ooh, what am I playing? Biigg Flexx.
Yeah, Biigg Flexx in the building. I bet many a times y'all niggas don't know about 90s rap. Let me take it back to 90s. Lego. Na, 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 eh, na, 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 eh, eh, na, 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 eh, na, 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 eh, eh, na, 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 eh, na, 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 eh, na, na, na. I'm spitting bars and spitting truth. I'm feeling loose. I'm finna break all the records so you can see the truth. I got you said if I'm coming good, you get it good. Cause if you talk in my mouth, you better be a fool. It's all about me, so you better see through. As I'm coming from the trenches, I be the black dude. Ain't nobody care about me. Ain't nobody brag about me. Like bars after bars till the niggas feel me. Biigg Flexx, nigga, ain't nobody about me. You betrayed me, and they tryna break me. I be in the worst, but my God bless me. Yeah, took me out of worst, I ain't tryna to be greedy. As I'm in the building, all my niggas feel needy. Dropping all them bars till your niggas feel dizzy. But 061, so I gotta take it easy. Like, na 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 na, yeah, na 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 na, yeah, yeah, na 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 na, yeah, na 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 na, yeah, yeah, na 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 na, yeah, na 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 na. Introduction, my version is coming clean. As I'm killing this beat, I put you on the scene. If we tryna beef, nigga, holla in the ring. But if you wanna get high, plug you with the green. There's a lot of difference, but it's the same scene. Holla at my nigga, so I gotta cut clean. Glocks in the block, damn faster than you bling. Ain't nobody messing with me. Ain't no nigga messing with me. Put you in the spot, say your niggas ain't ready. If you talk back, hope your niggas be worth it. I punch you in the face, so your niggas see blurry. Sipping on my lean as I'm taking on my greens. My hood is damn stable and my pockets feel free. If you come for me, nigga, that's your own risk. I'ma put you in a casket with a low rate. Life.
Yeah,
Freak, are you kidding me?
it's Wizz Youngblood.
Save me from myself. Save me from myself.
Yo, to fight some demons sometimes, yeah. Sure.
Save me from
I got an inner demon. You be telling me what to do. You be telling me how to act. You be telling me no regrets. Oh my lord, this is so tragic. I just need your freaking blessing. I'm caught up in this mess. Caught up like a window dressing. He controls my mind, taking it like giving lessons. I'm sick and tired of living life like I'm its freaking puppet. I'm seeking help. Oh my lord, I need some changes. You be the only one holding me down. That be the reason I'm coming around. I'm freaking tired of them sitting around. Oh my lord, I need a blessing. Trap these freaking demons, take them in, you go arrest them. Free my soul, free my soul, free my soul. That's the reason why I'm knocking at your freaking door. Tryna take my soul, telling me the way to go. He tryna take control. Oh my God, I feel alone. Oh Lord, I need your blessing. Oh my God, I did you wrong. I know I did you wrong. I know I did them wrong. That be the reason I'm coming forth, back and forth to my nigga Holy Ghost. So please, just listen, don't work. Let's reason so you help me free this demon, free my soul and free my spirit. So I live like I'm the leader I deserve, cause you my healer, huh? I never wanted to talk back. Oh my lord, you the best man. Even though I ain't faithful, you the best, you can bless me. Free my soul, free my soul, free my soul. That's the reason why I'm knocking at your freaking door.
Freak, are you kidding me?
Share, but hi guys, welcome back.
Hola, hola.
So in studio today we have Biigg Flexx.
Yes.
Welcome, my G. We will be interrogating him, so if you have any questions for him, we will shoot it at him and watch him melt.
Yeah, it is
Cool?
what it is.
Like butter.
Don't worry about it, it's chill. So let's start off with you introducing yourself. Who is Biigg Flexx and what happened to Wizz?
Yo, currently I'm actually going by the name of Biigg Flexx, but just make sure that that's double I, double G, and double X. Don't get the name confused.
Okay.
Yeah, don't get the name confused. So Beforehand, actually, I was going by the name of Wizz Youngblood. As everybody knows me, I was in a band before. Before we split out, it was 2016 when I started doing music. And then it was actually a little bit okay. And then, it just really started off a little bit weird, man, for real. Up until the point where I'm at today, so.
Okay. Great. Cool. So, when did you actually start? Like, around what time? How did you start out? And when did you realize, yo, I really want to do this?
Okay, I started doing music in 2016, where we were a band before. We were actually going by the name of Youngblood, and then afterwards we split it up in 2018, where I decided to go solo because my friend also moved out of town. So hence I've decided now if my fans also have to, let's say, relate to me as a solo artist, I need to change my name as well in order for them to address me differently. Hence I choose the name Biigg Flexx so that they can also see that I'm actually heading out solo, that I'm now going my own way, not in the band anymore.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
You went one direction.
Yes, like I'm moving on my own direction, so.
Okay, cool. So why the name Biigg Flexx?
Because I would like the name to also relate to me as well, since I'm also hitting the gym every now and then. So if the people have to see me probably performing live on stage or whatever it is, they need to understand that the name is also correlating according to how I look like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool,
no, it fits.
cool.
It fits.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure you guys can see him because
Yeah.
he can't even fit all the way in the screen
Yeah.
because Mandem.
No, you can see
Yeah,
the
okay.
arms, don't worry.
Oh no, the guns are there. Yeah.
The guns are there,
The
guys.
guns
So
are there.
it's clear why he's Biigg Flexx.
Yeah, we see.
Cool. So let's talk about your music. So you're basically a rapper, right?
Yes.
Why rapping? What brought you into that space of just I want to do rapping, you know?
Yeah.
And like, what is your music about?
My music is basically actually about stuff that I went through, like let's say daily stuff. It can actually relate to anybody else that is out there that is going through the same as I did before. Like, the reason why I chose rapping is because I used to first just talk to people like, let's say, counseling and everything, but sometimes people do not understand what you're trying to say if you talk to them like directly. But when it comes to music, at least like, nowadays everybody can listen to music every now and then. So if I have to put out the message out there, at least they can listen to what I'm about to say. And the rapping I've chosen is because I'm quite good at rapping instead of like, let's say, melodic or R&B. I can't do that since my voice is a little bit deeper, so I cannot actually sing high pitch and everything like that. Yeah.
Okay, cool. You sound very rehearsed.
Nah.
Are you okay?
I'm just feeling the vibe, yo.
Relax.
For
bro.
real,
Like,
mm.
should I get you another beer?
Please do.
No, I can't promise you that. I can't.
Okay,
So you have an event that you're that's about to happen, right?
Yes, it's gonna happen like 3rd of April, which is this Sunday. But the event is actually curated by Wyclef. Maybe you guys also know about the R&B singer.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Jalis is also gonna be performing, and also me as well. Basically, beforehand, they were only doing, let's say, these R&B shows and let's a bit of Damara Punch, but they also want a bit of hip-hop, like, which is gonna come into this event as well. So I'll also like you guys to check it out on my Facebook page as well. If you want to grab a ticket, you can just DM me directly, and then you can we can just take it from there.
Okay.
How much are the tickets?
The tickets goes for $200, yeah.
And location?
Yes.
Location, it's going to be at the showgrounds.
Hey.
Yes,
Okay,
it's
cool.
happening at this Sunday. It's actually happening this Sunday at 5 o'clock.
Okay, 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the Hwama restaurant thing, right? They have
Yes.
a Sunday session kind of.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I heard it's really dope.
Mm-hmm.
I was planning to go this Sunday, but yeah.
Wait, Hwama restaurant, really?
Not Hwama, now El Barrios.
Oh yeah.
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 They used to not Hwama Nyama what's that?
They always change the
Yeah.
name.
So
That
but
place-
now where El Barrios is, which is at the showgrounds, they always
Yeah.
have their Sunday sessions, right?
Yeah.
Cool. That's great.
It's amazing.
That's really good.
Nah, thank you.
I actually have a question for you.
Yes, you can shoot.
Who
Let's see what.
is, or who would you say is the artist that actually influenced you to actually pursue music?
I will have to say it's Tupac, because back in the days, as you all do know, how Tupac was segregated, how it was pointed out to, while he also wanted to, let's say, he wanted to actually teach the youth about unite, how we can actually get to unite, like black and white, whatever it is. But then he was still oppressed, he was still, let's say, suppressed and pushed down But I can, as we all do know, we can still relate to his music till today. And I would also like to uplift like what he's left off. Not that I'm trying to, let's say, did directly what he did, but yeah, I'm trying to relate where he actually left it off. Yes.
Okay,
Amazing.
nice. I wanted to ask, what do you think of the Namibian hip hop scene? Like,
Ooh,
Namibian hip hop.
Serious question.
Yeah.
Actually.
What do I think about Namibian hip hop?
yeah.
I don't want to criticize. Even me, myself, and I.
No. Listen.
I'm okay.
No, I must. Let me just stop you there.
Maybe you
In the Namibian art industry, I believe there's so much criticism that's needed.
Yeah.
We are so young. We are still growing. So criticism is good. Just don't create beef.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
thing.
I think
Yeah.
criticism, like if you have criticism, do it as long as it comes from a place of I want you to improve and not a place
Of hate
Passion,
and yeah, exactly.
So please feel free. Don't worry, we won't hold it
Nah,
against you.
it's okay, yeah. But if I use, you ask me, what do I think about Namibian hip hop, like as an art itself?
just the
Yeah.
scene in
Just
the
scene
general.
itself, like
do
the-
you think it's improving? Do you
It's,
see it going somewhere?
Yeah.
Let's say since 2013, now I can say that it's actually improving. Now it's coming up much on the table because we as Namibian artists also are now collaborating with, let's say, abroad as well. And like lyrical content also improves because beforehand everybody just they just follow the rhythm, just follow the melody. They didn't care about what the artist actually about to, let's say, lay it out on their platform, like the artist about to tell them, like as people, like every now and then. But then I can tell that it's really improving.
Yeah.
It is improving.
No, definitely, I agree with you 100%. There's a huge improvement. I remember when I used to study abroad, so when I left, I left and I was like, yo, I hope I don't come back because the creative look. She knows I sing as well, so I was like, there's no hope for me here.
There's no
like,
hope.
Yeah,
you know. And then when I came back, I was like, oh, okay,
not that bad.
I'm impressed. Like I can see growth. So, yeah, with the hip hop scene as well.
Yeah.
I love seeing that, especially with the younger group. Their style is very defined because our previous rappers had this mimicking thing where they had the yo-yo-yos and your
it's from what they stemmed from, like, you know, like we were so, let me just say, from the early 2000 kids, we were exposed to MTV and Trace and all of these things, so the only way we learned the same way with art is by mimicking at first. But a lot of them, you've probably realized that they've in a way tried to use that as a means of putting their own style to it.
Exactly.
And slowly but surely, like, they get to that specific point.
Exactly.
But that's how everybody has to start one way or another.
I guess,
Yeah.
but there were people who didn't.
They didn't get out of that.
They didn't get out of it.
I don't want to mention
And they
names.
didn't want to get out of it. And
Yeah.
I'm saying this as respectfully as I can because everybody's craft is different. But, you know, when it comes to Namibia, especially with our movies and stuff, you can see that we are very proud of our mark. As Namibians, we're very proud to say that we're Namibian. You know, so when it comes to rappers, you see, rappers. I mean, it is an American craft.
Yeah.
It stems from there. So obviously, we're going to get a little bit of America in it, of course. But you see people like your Caspinio West and your AKA, they have their own flow.
Yeah, definitely. And
it's very
mainly
distinct to them, you understand?
because they also utilizes their own language, like mainly, which also makes the art much more unique when it comes to comparing when it comes to Namibian like hip hop.
Yeah.
Because basically if I don't have to criticize more, we just adapt to the style of how actually the Americans are like singing or how they are rapping.
Yeah.
And then we also try to adapt to the style, like let's say the flows of how they are also rapping, which is also like bit of let's say deflating our own craft as well. But if you have to come up with a unique flow and like let's say unique style, then it's also gonna outstand.
Definitely. So that's my stance on that.
I actually have another question.
Please,
In terms of
please.
like the rap scene right now,
Yes.
who would you say are your top 3 favorite rappers in Namibia right now?
In Namibia.
In Namibia, specifically.
Top 3.
Top 3.
Okay, like are we talking about the artists that are already blown up or even
No,
underground,
not
whatever it
necessarily.
is?
No,
Like,
It can
it's
be
your
your
personal-
SoundCloud friend, whoever. Like,
so I can also basically include myself then if that's
sir,
the case.
please,
Yeah.
no. We
No.
said besides yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I didn't hear the part, but yeah. Yeah, besides myself, I will say it's Mitch. Number 1 is Mitch, and then number 2, Jericho, and then I will have to go with AK. No, sorry. I almost said AK. I'm even tripping right now to get the names right.
You almost got me so confused.
Nah, but for real, nah.
I almost thought AKA was Namibian. Real
That's
quick.
the thing now. That's the thing. KK, that's what I wanted to say. Sorry, yeah.
Okay,
KK. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I'm
but
not quite sure whether he still does music, but yeah.
No, I
back in the
actually
day-
saw on Don Lu or one of Llewellyn's posts that
Oh,
KK
yeah.
has a song coming out recently.
Mhm.
But I
Soon,
didn't
or
know
it's out
Jericho is
already.
still in the game, though. Is he?
Jericho.
Oh,
Yeah, he dropped the album entitled Recovery as well. So
really?
yes, he is still
Recently,
doing
yeah.
music. Yeah.
Word.
Great.
I would
So-
say those are my top 3 if I have to check out, like, because we scout around every now and then to see who we can probably also feature if there's a possibility that we can.
Yeah.
So we can also learn from the big dogs, like I've mentioned, like all 3. But yeah, I would rather
Mitch-
say, because
Not
I
that
know
Mitch. Wait,
Is it that Mitch?
is it that Mitch?
you can say probably he's a comedian rapper, but whatever.
Is it him?
Yes, but like you can tell that for real though. You can tell.
Okay,
You can tell that you can tell that he got it in him, like he got it in him.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know Mitch raps.
Why do you guys look so down, like
No. I just know Mitch is a comedian. I didn't know he actually raps. I'm
No,
not created
he
like
does, though.
Mitch and I have a type of relationship.
we don't necessarily
It's
talk
the
about
most, we have a
talent.
toxic we have a toxic work relationship, which
Oh, I
is
see.
which is like good for us.
It keeps you on your
Yeah.
toes.
So, but you haven't heard like his tracks, or every now and maybe his, let's say, freestyles.
No,
You haven't heard any.
no, he hasn't introduced me to any.
Mitch, we want your
Okay,
mixtape
that's
today.
weird.
please.
Yeah, if you are listening, he's probably not listening.
He's not listening.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yo,
Anyway.
okay, that's sick.
Okay, cool.
But
So
you
we-
should check it out. You should check it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. I had another question, but the question is a little too heavy and trying to move away. from
Now
the
you can
main
just
question.
shoot me, like
Ask the
before. And trust me, I
question.
was intense, bro, because I didn't expect all these to come through. But you can shoot whatever you want to ask. I can. If I can answer, then I will basically answer. And
Okay.
if I can't, then yeah.
Cool,
It is what it is.
Cool, then I'll shoot. I myself, I am a huge advocate for mental health for men, and especially
Yes.
especially
Putting you on the
for industry,
Okay.
the industry men. And I wanted to ask. I know with men we have this stigma regarding mental health, depression, all that
Yeah.
stuff. You as an artist, and I know all artists, whether you are an accountant that is an artist or you are an actual graphic designer that's an artist,
Yeah.
every artist goes through, and content creators are artists as well. Show me. I'm just saying. I'm sure you also have your everybody has their slumps, and obviously our current economic whatever, and the world is just a little bit of a heavy place at this moment. How do you navigate through it?
How do I navigate through it? I meditate.
Okay.
Yes, I basically meditate. I let everything to rest. Like like you said, we all are going through a mental breakdown at some point. Like we are not just quite stable when it comes to life. There are a lot of like different aspects happening. But how I navigate through it is I meditate. I let life happen at its own pace.
Okay.
Yes.
Amazing.
Cool.
And how do you go about that? Like, besides meditating, is there something
Besides
else that you do?
meditating.
Like an outlet, maybe you talk to someone, you journal, or like what? Because I understand a lot of people can't just, meditation is
Yeah.
is a form of you're keeping
You
still,
calm-
you're
yeah, and then
allowing
you
the
calm
thoughts
your
to
mind
come
down.
through.
Exactly.
Yeah, but then in terms of like letting
Letting it
things
out.
out,
Yeah.
So how would you go about that?
Trust me, I haven't actually went for counseling or anything like it is, but I do sometimes I do write music, like I do lay down on the paper, and then I do lay down whatever I feel, like how I express, and then if that's not the case, then basically I will have to revert back to my mom. Maybe I can just rather say
Of
like that.
course.
Yeah, I had to
Yeah.
revert back to my mom, and I had to explain to her like this is the situation which I'm in at the current moment. So if she's able to help, she will be able to, and if she is not, then definitely I just have to deal with it. Yeah, but I've like so far from my own experience, I will have to say that I've never seen any counseling. I've never been to a specific person to say like look, this is actually what I'm going through.
Yeah.
So how can I take it from here? I do self meditation. If that doesn't work, then I lay it out on the paper.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
That's
Cool.
great.
So I'm jumping to something else.
you can
Sorry.
ask. Yeah.
Sorry, we just I'm rushing the interview.
Oh, I see, yeah.
Normally do, but we have like limited time. So
I
yeah.
understand. Yeah, because
Yeah.
even for me, the start was a bit vague, but others.
Yeah. I wanted to ask. You mentioned that you have an EP coming out.
Yes.
What's happening there?
I've got an EP coming out. I will also be announcing it on this event that I will be performing live. So basically, if you guys come through, then you can also hear like, all the details as I will be explaining when exactly it's going to be dropping and where exactly the listenings and everything's going to happen.
Yeah.
So I got to keep it now under wraps and say no.
Okay.
I'm not going to say no.
Wow.
Yeah, but I can just give you a hint. It's going to happen like within the next month. So yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yes,
Can
basically
we get
within
a
the next month,
title?
yeah. It's entitled God's Plan.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Great. I love it. I love it. Let me see. I have asked all the questions I wanted to ask. Do you have anything else you wanted to say before we move on to the
Now, I would just like my fans, my family, everybody to know that currently I've rebranded to Biigg Flexx, but just make sure that it's double I, double G, and double X, so that you don't get the names twisted. Like because there's even another, let's say, American underground rapper that also got the same name as mine, but he's actually goes by one I and one G.
Okay.
So okay, now I'm just saying. So
Yeah.
mine is it's actually a little bit unique, so it goes by double I, double G, and double X. So just make sure that I'm no longer Wizz Youngblood, which I was before.
Yes.
Yeah.
Chomi,
Yes.
he rebranded. So
Yeah, so you can
He's a
check it
whole
out
new
on all the
dude,
social
yeah.
media like platforms. Check it out on Twitter. You can check it out on Instagram. Check it out on YouTube. That's the name, like BIIGFLEXX.
great. And I was about to ask you, can you plug yourself? But
You've been. He did it already. The first sentence.
yeah.
He said, guys, Biigg Flexx. Double.
Yeah, no, that's great, man. Besides that, where can people find you? Where can they find your music?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
They can find my music basically on all musical platforms like Spotify, Instagram. Even on Instagram, you can type in, like, if you want to put in story, you can just check. Just make sure that you got a spelling right. You can check it out on Spotify, YouTube, even at Google itself, Facebook. There's even a musical page that I've created. So yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Guys, double I, double G.
Are you
double
also
I.
on YouTube as well?
Yes,
Did
on
you
YouTube
mention
as
you
well.
mentioned
It's with the same name, like
Yeah.
I've mentioned before.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yes,
hey.
yeah.
Double I, double G.
Double I,
S.
double G,
Yeah.
Hey.
FL and
Biigg Flexx.
double X. Yeah,
Biigg Flexx, thank you so much for coming through.
it's not a problem. It's
It's
my
been a
pleasure.
pleasure.
Yeah,
You know,
it was.
normally
It was
I
quite
play-
like, to be honest, it was quite intense at the start, since I didn't expect, like, how you hit me with the first
no,
question.
no,
So
no.
Yeah,
it
I
just,
mean, it comes with the territory.
Don't
I
worry
just
about
lost
it.
the voice. Like, what the
I hope you enjoyed yourself.
Yeah, like as time goes by, really, trust me, I did, and I'm still hoping to come back. Like,
Oh, no,
if I've got
definitely.
some new content and everything, so I will be much more relaxed if I have to.
Oh no, definitely
Come
you're
back,
more
yeah.
than welcome. Whenever you have new content coming out, whenever you need to brand something or
Yeah,
you need to advertise something,
Just
the
shout.
platform is for everyone. Just
I will do so.
hit me
Yeah.
up, yeah. Great. So everybody, that was Biigg Flexx.
Hey.
Yeah.
And I'm going to leave you guys with the sounds of Biigg Flexx. And we'll be back.
Sometimes it's best to tell the person you're really. Yeah. Sometimes it's best to tell the person your real intentions. It's Wizz Youngblood. Yeah. I regret the day I texted. Should have told you more, but I simply kept quiet till this day that I've been gone. Only if I had a chance, I might trade it with my life. Promised other things, super sorry, what's the lie? I know I made a lot of promises I never kept. I should have told you from the start, now I'm gonna regret. I hope my lyrics be the key for you to see the rest. I don't wanna hurt you more than I've done. So I'm calling it quits before the end of time. Hope you find a better man to treat you right until you find. Wish I told you from the start what my intentions were, but it happened so fast, ain't no time to spare. Yeah, sometimes it's best to tell the person what your real intentions are, instead of misleading them. It's a sad reality of life. It is what it is.
I regret it. Everything I never said. No, I meant to. Words are written in my head. Can't forget it. So I'll dream of you instead. I regret it. I regret it.
Wish I had a second chance, wish I had a second life. This is deeper than.
No.
Sometimes it's best to tell the person your real intentions.
Boy, I'm naked on your bed.
I regret the day I texted. Should have told you more, but I simply kept quiet till the day that I've been gone. Only if
funny how we dress to have sex. You coming half naked, I'm half taken. I ain't sold yet. Am I paying for it by paying attention? Are you paying for it by paying it back? Are we two human beings, lonely and lost, looking for love at any cost? Two hearts covered in frost, both avoiding lines we shouldn't have crossed. I'm sure I'm dead inside, yet you make me feel alive. Whether dressed or undressed, you radiate in that sundress. A ray of sunshine, the sun's mine. She helps me unwind, lost in her space, where I find a black soul, a black hole, a black woman. Behold my heart, and she's not letting go. In the events of your horizon, it's surprising that you're alive and aligning with me. Too dark, so unique. Our woke souls were asleep.
Boy, I'm naked on your bedside, and you know that I'm in love with your backside. As I'm looking at your back right, thinking laying naked on your bedside. And you know. Oh, you better fucking act right. Oh, you won't have me on your bedside.
I get lost in the stars of your eyes, so I shoot into the skies, to the sun, my core, my guide. Who's the love of my life? Thought we were planets apart, moons away, yet you keep me grounded, surrounded by love so deep it feels I finally found it. You make my earth shaking, yet somehow you make my ground lift. I'm astounded. Thought I was a star, but even though the tides change, we ride the wave, weather the storm. And on rainy days, I will dance in the center of your storm, 'cause I am your calm, and you are my center, my core. Whether it's exploring your body or your mind, you're what I live for. Baby, listen, they bugging 'cause my fly be buzzing. Call me honey, that sunflower I deflower and devour in showers by my bedside.
Early in the morning when I wake, we then big, and baby, acting like your loving gets me high, like we're in space. Let's transcend to planets beyond the mind. This attraction I can see through your third eye. Every single time, feel like our first time. Don't mind, rewind, don't mind. And I want to remind you that I don't want to be compared to the other girls you be mishandling. I love you and I cherish you and treat you like my king. Ooh. And if you ever do me wrong, I'll eat you up and spit you out and put it in a song. So don't do me wrong, baby, don't do me wrong. Boy, I'm naked on your bedside, and you know that I'm in love with your backside. As I'm looking at your back right, thinking laying naked on your bedside. And you know. Oh, you better fucking act right. Oh, you won't have me on your bedside.
Fiddy Fest 2021. I hope you guys are ready. Hashtag no names. Does it matter if the glass is half empty or half full when it's liquor? 'Cause she don't seem to mind when I pour it before I lick her. She don't think she mind for brief moments, throw down her knickers, but without brief shorts, she would only call me her. It figures, your figure's a figure that could make figures. It figures, your figure's the reason they wine for dinner. With red lipstick, you're prominent right out the picture. With all your options round, you're still happy I had picked ya. It figures that I am the cannot figure. It figures that I'm the guy that you cannot configure. No figure of speech, go you fall from my elixir. No figure of speech, go you fall from my enigma. See, we could be prominent figures. Like Jay-Z and Beyonce, I ask you why you single, 'cause you know that be beyond me. Your ex washed out, it's only right we do the laundry. Reasons to get you out of them clothes and all up on me. Your body's a silhouette. Each curve I shape I can fill you with. Lingers in your mind and you wonder what I'll fill you with. Innocence, we ain't paid a cent to be acting this innocent. I've been a threat, Maneuver around your curves, that's my landscape. Hills and figures through which the thrill delivers. The river, the passageway flowing through our den. Your garden, the only place that I can lay my stem.
I don't know where my guest went. He just oh, there he is.
Hey.
Hello.
Welcome, Fiddy.
Almost said his government name.
Yo, okay.
When you know people personally.
We know each other for a while, eh?
It's weird. I want to say when I came back from Malaysia, I was like, Fizzy raps? What?
That's so wild.
What?
Yeah.
No, honestly.
There were so many people that were rapping, and I was like, oh,
For
real?
rap.
I was afraid to tell people. There was a time when every Namibian guy was a rapper, and I was
Yeah,
just
no.
like,
Yeah.
I was like,
That phase for
I don't
everybody.
know,
Oh,
like, I felt so embarrassed by just
were
like,
you afraid of the SoundCloud rapper stigma?
no, not even. There were a lot of bad rappers.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Rappers were getting like a very bad stigma. Like if you told people like you're a rapper, people would be like,
Yeah.
so I was just like, let me just do it on my own because I love doing it. I love
Uh-huh.
the art in it. But I was just like, I'm not letting people know, like until I'm good or whatever.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
And
we
here you are.
I put it in my name, so you know, there's no going back after that.
Yeah, no,
guys.
you're done.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Great.
rap.
Guys, so as he said, he's a rapper. This is Fiddy,
Fiddy,
the
the
rapper.
rapper.
I've known Fiddy since high school.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
We schooled together, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I just realized there's a lot of history on this table.
Yeah.
You've known him since high school. I've known Fiddy since like what? I was 10 years old.
Yeah.
Sure.
Bro,
Like,
Monday was big brothering since the beginning.
yo, and I've been like
Bruh.
the good.
Yeah, no,
older
you've been doing a great
cousin,
job.
You know, brother. It's just
Yeah.
Like you know, I don't know how. People just like, oh, I was for my government name out there. But yeah, like you know, like we've been everybody here, and
Yeah.
you've been doing so much. Like I'm so proud of all of y'all.
Oh,
This is so dope,
stop,
guys.
stop. This is about
Shucks, it's about
Please.
you, man. It's your day. Come on. It's
Yes,
your
guys,
week, actually.
you. Follow me on. No, just kidding.
Get me on my socials real quick.
Yeah, Fiddy, thank you so much for joining us, man. So I've been asking Fiddy since last year.
Yeah.
To come on.
Yeah.
No, but he had a plan, and
Yeah.
I guess this was part of the plan.
This is
Yes.
yeah. We just at the beginning too.
Yeah.
You know.
Bro,
I'm just ready. This year is gonna be so nice.
bro.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
That's how you know the flames are coming.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for Fiddy to call me for a feature.
Yeah.
So, don't tell him.
You know, just background vocals, something. Come on.
The walls talk, and I was listening from outside.
Like an interlude or something. I heard
No.
someone said I have a nice voice. I can always be your interlude. Skits or something. Or some Tory Lanez
or
vibes.
from now on, I'm gonna send you voice notes on Instagram so you can
Like-
use them in your interludes.
You know, it's like it's gonna start off as just like a young, intro, and then it's gonna
Eh.
lead into like, no, let's just use it for the chorus. And it's like, yeah, let's keep that there. But can you also just like come to
Yeah.
the studio? Like I think I need you to redo this part. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I'm glad Mitch is here. He
Yo.
was the one that was recording me. We had a conversation earlier. So
Oh.
he was recording me, and he's like, "You're gonna be such a bad person to record." I was like, "I don't like the way it sounds." And I'm like, "Can you move this? Can you please move
Your
this?" And I'm like,
biggest
"Can we
critic.
try this quickly?" And then
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, I'm micromanaging. It's fine. Just leave it. It's
But
fine.
those people make
Let's
the
not do
best
this."
music though. Like that's the thing. Like, oh, you're a music lover. Like she would
Yeah.
know. Like those people that are like so particular about everything. Like they pick up the small things.
The smallest
Yeah.
things,
Yeah.
exactly.
And it comes out so clean, yeah. But
I told
it's
him, you
not
know what,
the
it's fine.
healthiest thing, though.
Let's do this. Let's record with my cell phone. It sounds bad, and let's just go with it's because I recorded with my
Yeah.
cell phone. Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Sharp. Cool.
yeah.
So enough about me. Let's get it to you. Please, I cannot
Yes.
assume that everybody that's on the stream knows
Knows who
So
Fiddy
please.
the rapper is.
you. Introduce yourself.
Who are you?
Okay, I'm Fiddy the rapper. I'm a musician. I'm starting, like a clothing brand, as y'all can see.
Hey.
But yeah, I have big dreams. I'm inspired by people like Jay-Z, people like Russ, people who wanna not only just make money for the sake of making money, but put myself in a position where I can give back, I can affect real change. I come from a country where we don't have an industry, we just have a bunch of talented people in one place doing what they love, and I'd like to create that systematic place where in future, the only excuse that you have is that you're not putting in the work.
Yeah.
I think now we have a lot of challenges, and we see a lot of creatives from different places of the world doing great things, and we know we can do them, but we don't have that infrastructure. So yeah, like as soon as I get the bank, you know, I'm gonna make sure that everybody good, or as many people as I can, you know.
Wow,
That-
homie
that's-
said everyone's gonna eat.
Yeah, he
love
said
that,
the,
man.
the table is big enough for everybody.
The cake, guys, the table, guys.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah, I just legit believe in people. I believe, I just love seeing people happy. I don't know, like we were having a conversation outside, and she was talking about like how I glow up when I talk about what I want to do, what
Yeah.
I'm passionate about. I love seeing that in other people,
Yeah.
and I want to see it manifest, you know. I've also met a lot of people who've let their dreams die.
Mhm.
And you know, like being an artist is such a brave task, because like now it's like if you fail, like, and other people have kids, they're gonna be like,
Yeah.
so your uncle also used to do music, nah?
Mm.
And
Oh, that story.
he didn't, you know. So like
Yeah.
there's no choice but to
Yeah.
win at this point. And
Yeah.
and I like where Namibia is now, because there's something in the air where we're all just winning.
Yo.
Yeah, no, that's true actually.
That's
We are all
100%.
hungry for not necessarily the same things, but
Mm.
we know we don't necessarily know what we want, but we know in the direction that we want to
Yep.
go.
Yeah.
And wherever we end up, as long as we're happy,
Yeah.
Exactly.
as long as we're doing the things that we really love, we're really go-getters. Like
Yeah,
our
yeah.
people our age, we are
Yeah.
go-getters for sure,
Yeah.
and that's the amazing
And
thing about it.
It's like it catches everybody. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's contagious.
It's very
Exactly,
contagious.
that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people are like, I'm not missing out.
Exactly.
I can't be missing out.
But
Yeah.
I believe, I don't know, you guys can like come back like 10 years later and be like, Fiddy said it. I believe like in the next 10 years, so many Namibians are going to pop off. And if you're not putting in the work right now, you're going to get left behind.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the whole YouTube era.
Like,
If you
Yo.
didn't
Yeah,
start,
like if you
if
don't
you didn't
start at the
start,
If you
jump,
didn't start, no,
Yeah.
it's
You see,
yeah.
people made like millions out of YouTube money, and then everyone else was like, I'm going to try it now.
No.
And it's
Yeah.
like,
But the thing is, the family's already gone, man.
Yeah.
Exactly. I watched an interview, or not an interview. Was it Paul Logan or
Yeah.
Jake? Or
Lo- Logan Paul,
Paul.
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
One of those
Jake
ones.
Paul.
One of those
One of the
guys, Jake
brothers.
Paul, one of those guys. He
Yeah.
interviewed this 9-year-old or 7-year-old, 9-year-old, and this guy from his from his YouTube
Mm.
stuff, this guy bought a house and he
Mm.
knows about his ROIs
Mm.
and I'm
Mm.
like,
What is an ROI?
return
Return
on
on
investment.
It's fine. See, I already felt there.
When the money comes in, then she's gonna be like,
Uh,
ROI, what's the ROI? Like, 3 years later, we got you on camera,
Yeah.
like, what is it? And she'll be the one in the boardroom, like, like, what's the ROI?
Bleep it out, please. I don't want to get in trouble.
We'll edit it out. I'm sorry to this is live.
Oh,
It's like, it's forever on tour.
it's forever in the
Yeah.
archives.
Great. So, moving on.
Yeah,
I want to get a little bit more into who you are.
okay.
How did rapping start for you? Because I really want to know.
Ah.
Because, like I said, I just came back and it's like,
Hey, Fiddy
Nancy's
raps.
doing the things, huh?
I said, Messi is a rapper. How?
It's on the live stream anyways. And she knows this very well. I come from a very musical family. I could actually sing, but like I got lazy and then the voice broke and then I just stopped. So one day when I do put in the effort, I'm gonna hit those vocals.
Okay.
But like I have such a rich background. My godfather, he has this. He's part of like the Dilimani troupe, and they were a band. And my dad was actually a drummer, So I was always surrounded by instruments. My dad was also a sound engineer, and he would do this thing. It's not snitching because R.I.P. He's passed on, so I'm not getting in trouble with that.
Okay.
But he would do this thing where after these shows, especially when Gaza them were coming up, when Killer B them were coming up, he was the sound engineer. And then after the show, instead of taking the equipment to the warehouse, he'd bring it home.
Oh.
And then he would give us like these like vocal training. And we were like kids, so this is really tedious. It's like,
Yeah.
like why? But then at the same time, like I really enjoyed it. But funny enough, I never really thought I was gonna do the music thing. Even though we had a studio and all of that, I never cared for it. I love guitar, so it's the only instrument I ever wanted to learn or still want to learn. And then at some point, like I remember grade 5, my best friend at the time, Travel Stephanus, shout out to you, bruh, you changed my life. He always used to like come with these double XL magazines, and they'd have like a little disc of like the artists, you know, like the rap songs of the month or whatever. And he would be like, yo, bro, so can you rap? And I'm like, what's that? He's like, nah, you just look at anything in this room and you just rhyme with it. And here's the thing, like she said it, you know, like I was always like the older brother type. So like I used to get a lot of things right. Like my grades went up die, but like I would never fail at anything, you know. Whatever I decided I was good at. When it came to rap, I couldn't. Like I sat in that classroom for the 30-minute period and I'm trying to think what rhymes with. I think it was like you know those monitors that the principal speaks through?
The intercom.
Yeah, the intercom, yeah. I'm thinking and I'm just like looking at it and I'm like, what rhymes with that? And then I was like, no, I need to figure this out. So like the next class I'd go to it and I couldn't think of like what would rhyme with like speak or whatever. And then I was like, it started bothering me. And then I got like one rhyme and then I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. And then I got like another rhyme. So this is what I started doing. I started listening to like rap music. Because I just knew it as music, you know, like I liked Eminem and, you know, 50 Cent, but I didn't categorize it as rap music. And I used to decide, like, Mom, Dad, don't pick me up on Friday. I'm going to walk home. And what I'll do is I'd walk home and I'll just, like, practice my raps.
Dedication.
And, like, then I knew I was hooked. I started writing, and then people in school kind of, like, figured it out, but they didn't think I was serious. And even when we did school, I'm going to put this out there. At VIS, Windhoek High School.
Hey.
Like, I kept it on the DL, but my classmates, they knew, you know. And then there was this one time, we had this English essay about like what you want to be when you grow up. And I remember it vividly, because I was good with almost everything academically. I wrote a whole accounting essay, and then I wrote a whole like, I want to be a rapper essay. And then I submitted them to my English teacher. The day before I had to choose. Actually, at the moment before she came to collect them, I was like, do I submit the accounting? Do I submit the rap? And then I just ended up submitting the rapper one. So I thought it's just an essay. You know, you're already self-conscious because you're like, this teacher's going to know what you love, you know? Yeah, we're not. Yeah. And then we're not doing that. And I thought she was just going to mark it and like, you know, here are your essays and whatnot. And she had the amazing idea that you're gonna turn
audacity.
Yeah, like she was like, okay, so everybody in the class is gonna, for their oral, is gonna do what they said they wanted to become. I was like, since when do we ever do these things?
Yeah.
So now I had to write a rap and perform it in front of the whole class. And I was so terrified. I wrote the rap. I rehearsed it the night before. And then, so my surname starts with an A, right? So usually I'm like one of the first. But she intentionally made me go last.
Oh, wow.
So like I knew like, this was a big complot. Like it was a plan. Yeah, and then she made me go last. And then I went through, I did the whole rap. And then the class was like quiet for a second. I'm like, I bombed out. And then it just started clapping. And I'm like, okay. You know, and then everyone started calling me Jay-Z then. And I got a little arrogant as well with the rapping thing, because like my classmates would know me as the rapper, and VI said this little thing where like people would start to battle each other, and then there was this one kid who I was better than, but he just knew how to like diss. So like I was more like a conscious rapper. He just had like, you know, like the basic like teasing jokes.
Yo, mama.
Like, yeah, like he would just hit me with those, and then I lost like that rap battle. I felt so bad about it.
But kids.
Yeah, kids. Yeah. So when
Children
I
are
was serious,
bad.
yeah, I think I've come a long way. I mean, even after that, like I ended up being part of a church band and a College of the Arts band and a personal band.
I remember those
at the
days.
same time. You know.
In what capacity? Sorry.
So like so what happened is I have this god brother who's like just my brother. And
give him a shout out. Oh, poor
Leo!
No,
Leo the guitarist. Yeah, and government names.
That's
so,
his house name. There's a difference.
So like Leo knew I could rap, right? We have such a dope relationship. So like, there was a time I stayed in Rocky Crest, and his parents moved there, because our fathers were best friends, and my mom stayed in Dorado Valley. So Leo and I would walk to each other's places whenever I'm in Dorado Valley, one of us would walk. So he had this thing. I was kind of like his escape, so he'd just come visit, and then he'd normally find me like writing raps and stuff like that. So he was like, "Yo, dude, how about we just like start a band? Because I'll show you my raps." And I was like, because we're part of a church youth group at the same time. It's like, I remember I wrote a song and needed a choir on it. I was like, "Yo, choir sounds so dope." And I was like, "Oh, why don't you just ask the church choir?" It's like, "Yeah, it'd be so dope." But this was not a Christian song. I just needed a choir. And then it was like, "Dude, why don't we just start a church band?" It's like, because I was at the time I was still a better songwriter than I am a rapper. Because of my musical background,
I
my
understand
father and
100%.
stuff. Yeah. So I was like, "Okay, cool." Then I was like, "Yeah, so you can write the songs for the band." And then I wrote like 3 songs that night, and then we went to pitch them to the choir, and the choir group, they were like a huge choir. We ended up with like 9 singers, and they're like, "Yeah, we're totally on board for this." And then it kind of like people fall out, and
As they
then
should.
yeah, it was a challenge because the church really loved the youth doing like music, but they hated, and they didn't explicitly say this, but you could tell they hated the idea of a rapper rapping in church.
Of course.
Yeah. So what the church wanted me to do was actually just like write songs for the singers, and then they perform it for the church, right? But anyways, in between that time, so Leo was already part of another band at the College of the Arts, right? And he was like, "Oh, you should come to like our College of the Arts band practice, whatever." So I go there as a spectator, right? I'm just out here chilling, and they've basically been having the same songs for the past 2 years. They're like, "You know what? We always saying we're gonna write a new song. Let's write a new song."
Convenient.
And then they all just like look at me. So I'm like, "Okay."
So you were set up.
Yeah, it was a massive setup. And it felt like a huge test as well, because a lot of the band members didn't know me, apart from Gabe's, who also goes by King Musa. He's like the drummer, but also my producer, right? And Leo, so they're like brothers. And the rest of them were just like, who's this guy? So anyways, I recorded what they were playing on my phone. I went out because I like to write in peace. I don't like distractions. And then I came back and I was like, "Okay, I have an idea." And then I told them what to sing, and they started playing, and then I told the singers like, "Okay, for the verse you should sing this and go this way."
Yeah.
And then they were like, "Oh, this is so dope. You know what? You should just become a songwriter, and you can rap too, right? Why don't you just like write a verse for yourself and be?" So I was like, "Oh, this is cool." So then I was now part of 2 bands, right? And then there was a 3rd band from the College of the Arts itself, in the College of the Arts. This had, she's currently known by Diolini. It had
Okay.
Michael Paulson.
I've heard of her, yeah.
It had Josiah. He does all these like funny skits of like the Damara woman who's so mad at her guy. I don't know. There's a GoTV ad.
The GoTV girl.
Yeah.
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 I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
so he can also sing, by the way, like really well. And we went by a group called like Rumors, because there was this room called Room 17, and it had an open piano, and it was for creatives. So anyone could just go there and just start playing. So we just jammed there. And then it was hard because now I'm juggling all 3 bands.
Yeah.
I have school because I was still studying, and I had work at the same time. So like, imagine your Fiddy at the back of a buggy. This buggy doesn't even have like a, we say okathaira, doesn't have like a canopy, right?
Canopy.
So like when it rains sometimes, like I'd go to band practice as soon as I come from work, and like every night we'd practice from maybe 5 to 8. Then Gabe's and I would walk home. Like I would have cab money, but like I wanted to make sure he got home safe, so we'd like walk home to my neighborhood, and then I'd put him on a cab and stuff like that. And I was like, that was a great time in my life because it built me, especially musically. And then I remember Leo and his sister Pewa, he was doing grade 12 and she was doing grade 10. And she has an amazing voice as well. And their parents were like, they're not doing music. And we had dropped out of the other bands and lost some other band members as well. So,
That's
Sorry,
you.
guys.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
So, anyways, we had it was like all the bands just kind of like dismantled, and Gabe's and I were just like, so what do we do for the rest of the year since they're not gonna be available? Because we're doing shows at Hilton as well. And Gabe's was like, yo, I really want to produce. And I was like, okay, I had the program on my PC, and I was like, I have it, but I'm not really giving it attention.
Are we talking about Fruity Loops?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody
Yeah,
knows. That's
I
the
know a
everybody
thing
knows
or
it.
two about, you know.
Yeah.
Hey.
So, yo, Gabe's Musa was like, yo, like, how about I just like learn? And I had an extra laptop because I won like what is it? Student of the Year in the short course I was doing. So I won like a laptop. So I was like, no, you can have this one, and I have something to watch my movies and series on. And cool. I don't know, guys. Let me know if I don't know
No,
going-
please.
No.
This is your interview. You're allowed.
Okay. So, anyways, I gave him my laptop, and I was working at the time, so I could scratch some money together to buy like the mic and stuff like that. And he was so excited, you know. We bought like a mic. We didn't have amplifiers yet, and he had like a piano that his dad gave him. And we're like, oh, we're gonna start recording today. We're gonna release a song today. We bought the mic and some other and a mixer, but we didn't know what cables we required. So now we got there and we're like, okay, cool. So like, where do we plug this in? And we're just like, so we watched like the mic tutorial DVD, and it's just they're just teaching you like, yeah, so this is how you turn the mic if you wanna get this type of feel and what.
Yeah.
Like, okay, cool, but how do we get it to work?
Yeah.
And then we realized we didn't have all the equipment, so then the next day went, scraped some money together, bought the cables. Cool. Now we have to figure it out as well, and we start recording, but we're just loving the process. And then we started recording in like the shower, because that was the booth, so we like carry the mattress to the shower door to like reflect.
Yes.
And like it was at his mom's place. Yeah, so whenever she go to work, like we'd record, and then she'd find us. She's like, oh, so when are you guys releasing the song? Like, we're not even at that point yet, you know. And it was just an adventure. I was driving my mom's import. It was like a Cherry. The brand is literally known as Cherry. And like this vehicle, one day we went to go record in, I don't know if it's Olympia, but it's across UNAM, that section where they built now.
It's the academia.
Yeah, so
The academia extension.
the academia extension, yeah.
Yeah.
So we went to go record there because we just wanted some peace and quiet. We're recording through the microphone. No, not microphone. The earphone microphone.
Okay.
At
Yeah,
humble
like
beginnings.
we were just like whatever we can do to get these songs out, right? And we were working on a whole project. That car caught on fire that day, and yeah, like and we always joke about it because like, come on, you're spending so much heat.
Yeah, flames.
Legit. So we always joke about that.
Because we're making flames in the car.
And Abdallah was also there, so Abdallah actually made like a song about it. Like, yeah. So, anyways, like we had to push the car at some point or whatever. So we were working on a project, and then that PC that we were using just crashes, and we lose like all that music.
Oh my god.
And I was just like, no, right? And at the time, I started working on one of my favorite releases, material, and I started working on it. And then now we're recording in shacks, we're recording in funny studios, we're recording at his place, but it's not sounding right. And we realized we need like a mixing engineer. And then I tried so many, and I believe I re-recorded that project for like the whole year. Just like, it just wasn't coming together. And then we found this one group, and I paid them a lot of money. I'd saved up, and what they sent to me was trash. Like, it was so bad. And I was so mad because I felt like I got played. Because I listened to their stuff beforehand, and it was crisp, right? But they were like, no, because we sent them the files, right? They're like, no, you guys recorded. It just wasn't working. Like, the mic was really strong. So, like, you could hear dogs barking in the back, cars driving past and stuff like that. But I was still like, nah, what you guys gave us, even though
You could
what
have
we were
finessed it.
doing was way better. And then I remember I hit up one of my rapper friends. His name is Harry also, MC Harry. He's
Harry
like, he does,
Msuko.
yeah, he goes by a rap name
Metamorph.
Metamorph, yeah. And I was like, I really need a mixing engineer. I love this project. I want it to come out right. Because I was about to put it out as nonsense. And then he plugged me with one of my close friends now, Pinda. 808 Penda. I was also gonna perform at Fiddy Fest, by the way.
Okay.
Plugging it. And Penda is like a producer. He's like a cinematographer, photographer. He just does it all, you know. And I was like, yo, I just need like to record this project, and he gave me like a nice rate, because you guys know music is like mad expensive, right?
Yeah, that's why I don't do it anymore.
You understand, like just like paying for one song, recording, and then you have to pay the mixing engineer,
Beats,
and all of that.
all of
Beats,
that.
Yeah. You see, I had a beat plug with Musa, but like
Yeah.
like it's just expensive. So like he did it for a relatively cheap price, and then I was like so happy. I was like, I'm gonna get my first Grammy. It was actually not a Grammy. So there's a reason why my first project is titled The Freshman Mixtape, because Double XL has this list every year where they release a freshman class, right?
Yeah.
And especially at that time, it was like pure rappers. So I really felt like my writing ability had to be on that level for me to even be on that. So like I felt like when I drop this, it's gonna be fire. And it is a fire project. So when you guys discover it, you know you're gonna hit me back up. But yeah, like in all things in life, you think it's gonna be this, and then it's just that, and it humbles you. And it's like, do you still want to continue doing this?
Yeah.
And my thing is like, I would find myself, how I knew that this music thing was really for me is like, I would, even as a kid, and this is how I started songwriting, I would listen to lyrics, and I could always fill in the blanks before it got to the end of the bar, the cue.
Hey yo.
And yeah, so like
Same.
you
Yeah.
get it, yeah. And there were also times like you would be like, but you could have just used that word instead of this
Exactly.
word. And like then like you know,
Yeah.
then you know. So like yeah, we just I always find myself like continuing to write and working on new stuff and just recording, and I can't stop. So I know eventually, it's gonna take off and be in the right place.
Yeah.
And I'm learning to love the process more than the outcome.
Yeah.
Because a lot of my heroes, like I'm a big J. Cole fan, and on his 2014 Forest Hill Drives album, on the outro, he talks about he's watching these new guys that are under his label and how they're growing, and how he was so in the moment that he missed all of that. And so many other artists, they speak about that, like I was just so centered and focused on, I need this. I didn't get to enjoy the experience. So I'm trying to enjoy the experience, but still remaining like laser sharp focused on what I want to do. Yeah.
Jeez, man.
Cool. You okay?
I'm good.
That was so nostalgic.
Yeah, no, I was watching her face. She looked like such a proud mom. She's like,
You know, because like I remember those days when Fiddy them we used to be like in the church band and whatnot. And I'm not necessarily an avid churchgoer, but like I would remember that his godmom, my aunt, would like be like, no, let's go to church. I'll be like, bro, I don't have an outfit. She'd be like, no, let's just go. I'm like, okay, fine. And then I would always see them practicing beforehand.
Yeah.
And the fact
But
that
you
I
should
got
just-
to see, wasn't it Inna?
I don't want to throw shade because I did kind of like.
Oh
talk
yeah,
about-
because he did throw. We can't say anything.
I don't want to.
oh, okay.
But
okay,
we
I
know
get
the
it, I get
church.
it, I get it.
Yeah,
Okay,
so it's just such an amazing, like, just to see you
The process.
where you are now. And
Yeah.
And there's so much more coming.
Of course.
I've literally just, it took so long for me to accept that, like the reason why I say like I believe in people, my core driving value was never for me to blog for myself. I remember in grade 5 when I really decided to push music, and my dad was like a super supportive man. He would be like, what do you want to become? And I would say like, I want to be a karate master. And he would be like, okay, cool. We're going to enroll you into karate the next day.
Yeah.
My mom's a nurse, so she was like, that idea just died.
Yeah,
as soon
of
as she heard
course.
it.
Karate what?
You know?
No.
And like he would ask me like a month later, what do you want to become? I'd be like, I want to be an actor. I'd be like, okay, cool. We'll figure it out, And he would always like, even when I said music as a kid, as a joke, he'd be like, okay, but you see Britney Spears. Yeah, she started at a young age, so you have to start now. So the reason why my core driving value is, I remember there was this one kid where I schooled, and this happened twice actually, but in primary school, this kid was scouted by like super big people, clubs, he flew to like Chelsea for training. We all knew this guy had the goods, right? And then he came back and we are having PE, so we're playing at Van Rijn now, on this big football field. And like he dribbles me, and I love soccer. So like yo, you're like really good, man. And I'm like, yo, you should become a footballer. And he's like, nah, I'm from Namibia. and that just broke me. Like
Da,
it,
da,
it,
da,
it,
da.
it dug
Hey,
like something in me. He was
yo.
like,
Yeah.
at that moment, he was like, he didn't even have like the hope of like, I mean, you're grade 5, like you're not that
Yeah.
old, you know. He was just like, nah, I'm Namibian, and I'm just like, nah, I'm gonna blow up, because if I can blow up, then like people are gonna be like, if he could do it, you know.
I
And
can do it.
then I started noticing that in Namibia we have sporadic wins. So we have Michelle McLean, then we have Frankie Fredericks, then we have Harry Simon, then we have like John
Small,
Vincent,
small, sprinkled
you know.
around.
Yeah, it's usually like
Mm.
every 5 or 6 years you have like one big
Yeah.
win, and then, but like now the era that we're in, you'll see that it's more centered. Like people are winning like
Last
like-
year, you
like
guys.
last year was such a good year. You
Last year
know.
was an amazing year for us.
Yeah, exactly. Like people are being discovered. You have people doing like graphics and Encanto, you know.
Yeah.
You know, it's in every realm. Like in every realm, people are like winning for this
Yeah.
country. So like I feel like everything has perfect timing, because you know, like when I was young, I was like, why am I not blowing up? I know I'm good. I know, you know, like my music is good. It's not like great, but like I hear some of the stuff on radio, I'm like, my stuff is better, you know. And I just felt like everything has its time, and like it's been building into like this next section. And I would love to become a pioneer for this country. I would really love that. You know, if God allows and the people really believe in that and
Yeah.
believe in me and what I'm doing, then I would love to serve. Because yeah, I really feel like, and that's not even like me speaking just to, you know, show
Mhm.
face or anything. Like, I just want our people to be in a position where it's your talent must speak for itself.
Exactly.
Yes,
Yeah.
Exactly. And
Mhm.
speaking of that, what advice would you give somebody that doesn't know how to start, especially when it comes to music? Where to start, when to start, how to start, you know, like.
Okay, I'm gonna give you two pieces. The first one is just start. I like I said, I could sing back in the day, and I've met a lot of people who can sing now who couldn't. Like my sister, she does designs, right? And I remember when we were kids, she was like the worst illustrator in the house. Like she couldn't draw to save her life, right?
Yeah.
And then like when she finished her high school, she ended up studying at UNAM, and she ended up having to like watch YouTube videos and learn how to sketch. And you know, like when it comes to illustration, you know, circles matter,
Yeah.
shapes matter, you know, all that stuff. Now when she draws, it's like yo, and it's the same thing. Like people think like, because the things we do are so great that people are afraid because they're in awe. Just start, and if you love it enough, here's the thing, because if you don't taste, you won't know. If you
Yeah.
love it enough, you will persist until you're on that level. Like people hear me rap now, they're like, yo, like you're so good, you must have been born this way. And I'm like, I've been writing songs before I started rapping, you know.
Yeah.
I was already learning about like literary devices and all of that. And like now I know the internals. Like I also went on YouTube, I watched like, I know what like a double entendre is and all that stuff.
Mhm.
And I didn't know that stuff beforehand. So that's the first thing, just start. The second thing is, so I listen to like a lot of motivational speakers, and one of them says, find out how things work and work them.
Yeah.
The best example I can give you is, if I asked you to make KFC exactly the way KFC is made, like in an hour or in 5 hours, it would take you years,
Yeah.
right? But if I came here with the recipe and I'm like, here you go, like you just do what it is
Yeah.
in the right quantities, and it's the same thing. So like even like with me, I think the reason why I haven't blown up is because I haven't figured out that formula, the recipe, right? There are certain things that you have to do to succeed.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want it to be a hobby, cool. You put in the hours, you train, and there's a select few where the internet sparks off for them.
Yeah.
But we're talking about like what, 8 billion people now.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna play the game of, I'm just gonna keep being in my bedroom and working and until the song comes out. Like I'm sorry. The beautiful thing is now there's so much access for artists, right? You know, like even just studio costs was so much back in the day. But if you think you're just gonna be in your room pushing out songs,
Yeah.
you're gonna get like a rude awakening. Like now you need to know, and people never understood it because it was always hidden. Artist development, people always you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to. Obviously now the beautiful thing about our generation is we're encouraged to be ourselves, So you don't have to dress a specific way.
Yeah.
People want more relatable, so they don't want you to be more of like a model-esque type person
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
They want your real version, you know. But at the same time, like, you have to know you're gonna need money from somewhere.
Yeah, of course.
So figure it out. Either you're gonna get an investor, or you're gonna do a day 9 to 5, whatever. But you're gonna need money from somewhere. I learned that the hard way, by the way. You're going to need to be aware of what is working. For instance, Instagram is a platform that a lot of people are still holding on to, but we all know it doesn't have the reach it used to have, except
Yeah.
for reels. Except for reels.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
You know,
course.
but there was a time where photographers were like, they post one picture
And they'd blow
and
up.
you know, like they would have like 20 followers, but then they get like 1,000 likes. You
Yeah.
know, like that doesn't happen anymore. I think now you get like 10 or 5% of your
Your
follower
following,
count,
yeah.
and then only if it's like really picking up, they push it. You know.
Yeah.
So like, okay, if Instagram is not working for you, what is working? So in terms of music, like TikTok is really working. That's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
platform I really want to go hard on this year as well, because it's a music platform, and I was waiting for it to become more normal, because there was a time when you had to do specific things to get.
Trendy
Yeah,
things in
yeah.
order
yeah,
for you
to
to pick
be
up.
To
on
pick up.
trend. yeah.
Exactly.
So it's the same thing. Like, it's like there's this continuous cycle. So Facebook had its era, then it was Instagram, Twitter had its era, Tumblr had its era, all of them. So if you're lucky enough to stumble upon the latest, the next big thing before everyone can, like the
Mhm.
YouTubers did, and if you paid attention, none of them did it for fame. They did it because
just
they
did it.
loved.
they enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Precisely.
So, like, life has a way of working itself out. But if you do have the tools at your disposal, use them.
Yeah.
And also, here's one thing that one of the best pieces of advice is I can give to any creative, any artist, and whatever. We often think because our things are good, people are supposed to show us appreciation and give us, sponsorship, and just like supposed to give us, because I created something so dope, everybody's supposed to give me this.
Yeah.
You should learn to show people what you're capable of before you even ask, and work to the point where people ask you if they can jump on board.
Mhm.
You know,
Bars.
yeah, because like a lot of
Hey.
people, like even like now with Fiddy Fest, a lot of people have been like, "Yo, can I perform?" And I've been in that same position. You know, there were times when I would like just be a general staff member in hopes that I'll get a chance to
Mhm.
perform. You know, but I'm like even if you look at anyone who's winning right now, they show people like, this is what I can do, and then everybody else comes in. And a lot of people aren't willing to put in the work,
Yeah.
whatever it may be, whether you have to like DM 100 producers or 100 musicians, like, in a nice way and not spammy,
Yeah.
and then, you get one here, you get one here, you get one here, and then later on it compounds,
Mhm.
and then when you do have the numbers, that's the most important part. When you have the numbers, you have the leverage. I think a lot of musicians are coming out and complaining about like their deals. Like Kanye was talking about a 13% royalty deal.
Mhm.
Kanye West, guys, like,
Yes.
and it hit me so long ago when I was Googling net worth of artists. I'm sorry, because we only have 30 minutes, right?
No, it's fine, don't worry. Go on.
Oh, sorry. sorry.
No, go on.
Okay, so like I was Googling the net worths of artists, right? And I think I looked at Chris Brown's. That was back then, but it was just like 10 million. I'm like, Chris Brown gave us no air. Chris Brown gave us all
Yeah.
these songs, these albums. How is Chris Brown only worth 10 million? And then I started like learning about the music business side of things, because someone's gonna have to protect that, if not you. And you should know at least a bit about it, so
Yeah.
that you protect yourself, because then someone's gonna screw you out of your money.
Yeah.
And like these people ended up with such bad deals.
Yeah.
So like, know your industry, know what makes you the income that can further your career. Learn how to network, learn how to market yourself. You are a brand. That's one thing people don't speak about. And you're in the best time to be a brand, because now you can be yourself.
Yeah.
Like it's never been this good.
Exactly.
And it's really important to be yourself as well, because the internet catches everything. So you can only lie for so long.
Yeah.
But start, but also learn. It's a fine balance of creating every day and learning the tedious things that you don't want to learn. And it starts from the skills. Like, I didn't want to learn I didn't want to spend the whole day writing raps, but then at the same time, I knew that if I wanted to get on that next level, I'd have to write. I'd have to learn what other words rhyme and not use the same 5 rhymes
Yeah.
over and over, right? That's the first struggle. Then you get good at that, and then you're like, okay, how can I get it to more people? And now you have to learn marketing, you have to learn engagement,
Yeah.
you have to learn all the other stuff. Up until the point where you have money, where you can pay people to do these things.
Yeah.
But the beauty is now that you know it, no one can like screw you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, yeah. So yeah,
No,
that's
that's-
my advice. It's very long advice.
Yeah,
No.
no, but people, please take notes.
Guys, no, really, because actually.
That's bread and butter right there. I feel like you
The-
need to download this clip and then like put it as a reel or something so
Yeah.
that people can see it because, hey.
No, really, because like a few of the guys that have actually been on the show, especially the last 4 months,
Mm.
I've interviewed a few musicians,
Mm.
and there were like 2 or 3 that talked about having to get out of a deal, and I'm like, that happens in Namibia. I
Only
can't
with one
believe it.
specific record
Yeah.
label,
'Cause
but
you-
we're not
you
mentioning
know
names.
these things outside, but
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
hear it in Namibia, you're like, yo.
Yeah, because people
Nice.
don't think like, if I'm starting a record label, right, and I know nothing about like record labels, I'm just gonna download a general template,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna give it to the artist, and the artist like, oh, I'm being signed, you know, and then they're gonna sign it. So even if I didn't plan on screwing you over, then I realize, I have 87% of all the money that this person is getting.
Yeah.
Like, if you guys would allow me, let me break down a standard record deal, right? Let's say, and this is the old ones, right? The big artists would get maximum 20%
Sure.
of their royalties.
Askies.
Maximum, like, there's a reason why Jay-Z and Beyonce started their own record labels, right?
Yeah.
And this was before there were distribution deals, but it's still messed up. Anyways, so let's say I'm like, yo, I want to sign you. Here's $1 million, right? To sign on. You're like, you come from the ghetto, you've struggled, so you don't have money.
Yeah.
So you're like $1 million, like, psh, but you never think like, what are they getting, right? And then let's say you're one of the few that has a successful like release, right? So everybody's talking about it, you know. Your million ends up making 5 million, right? So you're like, oh, we sold 5 million units, you know, like you feeling good. And they're like, wait. See, this piece of paper says that we get 80%, you get 10. By
Jeez,
20.
man.
So then it's like, oh, okay, cool. There's that whole 4 million that they take clean. And you're like, I still have $1 million. Then they're like,
Actually,
when you signed, it was in advance.
So you have to.
So it was a loan. So you owe us $1 million. So you're like, okay. So that 1 million they take as well. You're like, okay, cool. And they're like, so remember that producer? You said you wanted to work with Dr. Dre and you wanted to work with, so
he also has to get
he
paid.
gets like 500K, so he has to get paid. You remember that Drake feature you asked for? Yeah, that's like another 100,000 for that verse, and you got Chris Brown here. It's another 100,000, you know. So like, it adds up, and then now you're like $1 million in debt. Like a year ago, you were not in debt. You're
Yeah.
struggling, but you're $1 million in debt. Then like, you know, don't forget, we still had to package your stuff and ship it. Remember that Jimmy Fallon interview? Yeah, we had to pay them to get you on that because you were not known at the time.
Yeah.
So what happens is, and this is why artists are so depressed, what happens is you end up like 5 million in debt. And then they're like, okay, so if you're gonna pay us back, then you need to record another album with us. And here's the thing, usually those contracts are like 5, 6, 7 year album deals.
Yeah.
So you get a 7, do you know how long it takes to produce one album?
Ish.
And you're told you're in a 5 album deal.
Yeah.
Like that could be 10 years of your life committed to these people in that bad deal, right?
Yeah.
And like artists have finally started getting smart about it, but the thing is, the money still has to come from somewhere.
Yeah.
I remember the God's Plan music video at the beginning, it says our budget was $1 million. If they're spending $1 million on one video, like you gotta know. Obviously, like now people shoot videos with their smartphones and their cheaper
Yeah.
cameras and stuff, and you gotta learn, but there's ways to get around it, but it's all about numbers, fortunately. If you have the numbers, you can come in there, and that's why I look up to Russ a lot, because he finessed like the industry so well. He dropped like 9 albums, you know, and was like getting like hundreds and thousands of streams. And then I think I don't want to, you know, get sued on this. I'm not gonna say the record label, but the record label that he signed to were like, no, you have this one song that popped off. We want you to be an artist. And I was like, okay, I'll do a 1 album deal with you, right? And I'll still get whatever they decided on, the splits. Anyways, he knew that they would put him in the places with the people he needed to see him, you know, the big artists.
Yeah.
But it was a big finesse because after that album dropped, right, it brought more attention to his previous 10. And then people started like streaming that. So he's making money from 10 albums. They're making money from one. And then he's now got the connections. So then after that, he was like, okay, I'm going to start releasing songs again. And he doesn't owe those songs. All the money goes straight to him.
Yeah.
And then he started releasing projects as an independent artist, you know. And like now he's got like that major label success, but he's doing it by himself.
Independently, yeah.
You know, so, and that's the thing, like, if you have like 2,000-3,000 followers on the gram and a record label approaches you, look, I'm not someone who's blown up, but like, I wouldn't advise you to take it. I'd advise you to, if you had like 100,000 monthly listeners, then you can be like, okay, instead of signing my music away, you know, you guys can get like 30% or whatever we make, or like 50 or whatever. Because there's also this thing they call 360 deals, where they don't just take off the records anymore. They take from like that Jimmy Fallon interview. Like whatever money you get from there, they take from that, from your clothing and merch, from your performances. They take a piece of that as well. And the most messed up part about the record deals is that when you're done, when your deal is done, you signed away ownership. So then that music, they own it.
Yeah.
Royalties, right?
Yeah, but you get paid royalties, so you get a percentage of every time it plays. But the master, they call it the master.
Oh, the masters.
Yeah,
exactly.
so they own that. So, like, you would then come out of this deal and you're so broke, and then your music is on the radio every single day. And for the next 20, 30 years, they're going to be able to send their rich kids to the best universities the world can offer. And you're flat broke.
Yeah.
And you wonder why artists always end up broke. Where there are some artists who had like one hit single in the UK, no one knows who they are, but that one song pays them every month.
Yeah.
And for the rest of their lives, they're set. They don't have to do work. Because music is actually an asset. And whoever owns the asset, if it pops off, you know, oh guys, you're going to get me into NFTs. Like where music is going now.
Yeah.
Oh, so many artists are going to win just because of where it's going to. Because music is about to be traded like stocks.
Yeah.
And that's going to be so crazy. And that's why I'm saying, like, guys, we're going to eat, because there's no way I'm missing out on this cake. No way. No way.
No, that's good, man. That's good.
Yeah.
Cool. So before we're not even ending it soon. We're gonna run a little bit late.
Okay.
Plug us with Fiddy Fest.
Ooh, okay. So I'm having this event, a show, festival. It's a show now, but it's going to be a festival in a few years. So currently, you know, you have myself performing. We have some really well-seasoned Namibian local artists like Linus. God bless her soul. You know, she's out here helping. Waters is there. Kev Omaro is there.
Whoop, whoop.
I spoke to Slick Artie today. He's also going to perform.
Takunda's there as well.
Takunda's there. Don Cook is there. There's so many. We have officially Poetic, because he's going to do a poetry piece or two there as well. We have 2 DJs, because as much as we love a hip-hop show, we know people like to chill and enjoy their house music. We're Namibians.
Yes.
You know, so it's going to be a vibe. It's this Saturday, 2nd of April, Brewers Market. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to give you guys tickets so that you can do a giveaway, you know, to your fans and stuff. You know, yeah. So
give,
like,
give one here.
so I just wanted to create a platform where Namibians can celebrate Namibian musicians and Namibian music in concert. I love the word concert, togetherness, coming together. And you know, like, we are in this place where if you're not having an SA artist on your lineup, you know, your show's not going to be a success.
Yeah.
I think the Catch did it with Yazur a few weeks ago, and that was a good thing. And yeah, we just want to create a platform where people get used to the idea of paying for Namibian artists, but at the same time, it has to be Namibian artists that are good. We also have, he's called Carlton X, so he's relatively unknown, underground, but he's really good. you know, and I want to use this platform to put people out there.
Yeah.
There's also a group called Sugar Coated Gang. These guys are always just like recording in my place when I go to work, you know, and I see the drive and I just want to plug them if I can.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great show. And it's setting the tone. I was going to do something special at that show, but I couldn't afford to, you know, the finances aren't the way I want them to be, but I wanted to announce the release date for my album this year, but we're going to hold that back, you know. You can call me back in studio, just,
Okay,
you know,
definitely.
you know. And yeah, like I also felt like this is a chance for artists to see that you can empower yourselves. I think a lot of artists just wait to be put on stage, you know, like, yo, who are the promoters, who are the people that, you know, but like, do it yourself. It's a time where you should stop waiting for people to put you in a position for you to win, you know.
Yeah.
And that's what I want to show these artists. And if we can like execute and do what we need to do, I really feel that other people will be like, yo, if Fiddy can have his own show and it's a success, then why not, you know? Why not me? And yeah, I really hope it works out, because there's been a strategy to the way we've been promoting, you know, and if it works, then people can use that formula, you know. So yeah, that's basically Fiddy Fest, where dreams become reality.
What's
Yeah.
I'm coming, but I'm at the door. Gonna be like, I'm media. I'm going in. Yeah.
You know,
Just say.
they always play the media card, you know.
Yeah.
It's such a flex, you know, getting free tickets. And,
Right?
Yeah.
Like, yo, like people, they pay for you to be there.
But it's weird. Sorry to cut you, but it's weird, like, because I've been doing this show for today's a year.
Oh,
Actually, I've been doing this for a year, and I've not really seen that flex
Oh, okay.
for the past, because I really want to be at events to
Yeah.
promote the events, and also to get the content's name out. I've paid for most of the events that I've
Oh,
gone
that's
to.
wild. Because I brought tickets for you. So it's
Cool.
a little bit the birthday gift.
Oh, what?
The birthday gift.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Are we going? Oh wait, yeah. So I when you said like it's a big flex, I'm like, it's great, because what media is doing is they're allowing spaces like this to be seen, which is brilliant. But then sometimes you can also see it's like I'm finessing also, and, and for me it's always been about this. The show specifically has always been about I want Namibian artists to be seen. My followers might be little, but those little will see it. You understand?
Yeah.
Everyone.
But then you get the people who I kind of like, but I'm a content creator. I must be there.
Yeah.
I don't want to, I must be there because I'm a content creator. I'm gonna post you, and then you'll have 1,000 views, and then you're like, but those 1,000 views are not gonna pay me. They're not gonna put food on the table. Yeah. So just wanted to say that. Anyways, moving on. Yeah. So it's happening on Saturday.
Saturday. No. Today's Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. And then
Saturday.
Saturday. Doors open at 5. And then because we are just used to Namibian time. We're gonna let you guys huddle up, so we don't start the show just instantly at 5. Yeah. And then we have a 1-hour DJ set, just to warm up the crowd and get you guys happy. Then we're gonna start with the live performances. Well, I would say not live, because there's no live band, but with the performances. And then we're gonna continue it all out until we close off the show super fire. And then afterwards, there's gonna be another DJ who's gonna be DJing for another hour.
So this is happening at Brewers or
the
Theater.
theater. The theater, yeah.
Okay.
One of the reasons also why I didn't do Fiddy Fest sooner is because it costs a lot of money to. I believe in paying my artists, so I'm making sure everybody's paid. DJs, photographers, videographers, cinematographers. So I knew that I'd spend so much money that I at least wanted to break even. That's also why I waited for the numbers to pick up. I wanted it to be also I look at shows like Coachella, Tomorrowland. Those are proper festivals.
Not the Namibian Coachella.
With Namibians, you have a performance, but it's just it's you listen to my backtrack and that's that.
Yeah.
And even at Fiddy Fest, we're not at the point where I can have a whole theater production. But I would love like even if I look at like let's say Travis Scott shows and whatnot, you know, you'd see so much happening. You know, I would love like you know, and just like with my album, I'm really gonna have something special where I can create this thing where people act things out while you perform it, you know, and not in a theater way where it's just like I want to like
Just
unite
give
those two.
goosebumps to the people. man.
Yeah, and I don't think Namibians have experienced the real show yet.
But I mean, Lioness is kind of on that game because she has like the
Yeah.
performances and
Yeah,
whatnot,
those-
costume.
And that's the thing.
Hey,
That's the
sis is
thing.
always doing the thing.
She's a
Yeah.
performer, like in and
Yeah.
out. Like she pays attention to how she looks. She pays attention to how she moves. She has a dances, you know.
Yeah.
And we don't have enough of that.
Yeah.
You know,
True.
we really
True.
don't. So like, yeah, I really want it to be a norm, and excellence. I think if we look at the Super Bowl performance that was recently held, you had so many people around there dancing in unison. You had people who were doing specific things. If you
Yeah.
looked at that one section, you'd be wowed. If you looked at the other section, you'd be wowed.
Yeah.
And then if you looked at the whole thing together, it was like complete, right?
Yeah.
And that's, I think Namibians are capable of that. I think we don't believe we're capable of that.
Yeah.
And we're so used to the standard. So I think Gaza's show last year also, he did something really nice on stage. And even if you've seen his The Catch performance now, he came in with, money heist outfits and stuff.
Oh
and,
yeah, yeah.
And you see, he also understands like the performance aspect.
Yeah. Yeah.
And at Fiddy Fest, that's not what's gonna happen just yet. But in future, when this is a whole festival, that's what I'm leading up to. Especially take the Super Bowl reference, and even like with what Kanye West has been doing recently, I think you can see that it's not just the music.
It's not just music
Yeah,
anymore. Yeah.
You're gonna build a whole house.
yeah.
At
You
the
know,
theater.
when you can
Let's
afford,
go.
let's build a whole home and burn it.
A whole home. Imagine,
Like
guys. Some of
Nice to have
us,
money.
we're struggling to pay rent, but let them build a house.
house and burns it in front of everybody. Yeah.
I love that for him.
At least we love him more for it.
Must be nice.
Yeah. It's
Cool.
wild. It's wild. Yeah.
Fiddy, it's been beautiful.
Yeah, it has. It's been
Like-
a while.
Thank you for having. So what?
Thank you for coming.
For having us.
Thank you.
It's like a dinner.
I was actually-
or a party.
You're right. You're right.
Nee.
Thank you for having you.
Yeah. Thank you for having me and us. And like, I was actually gonna say from the point of view of like, since we're the host, I was like, thank you for coming on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got confused.
No,
My bad.
It's
thank you
okay.
both. I mean, like for me, this means a lot to me, and it's so refreshing to have an interview where you can just talk.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, usually it seems so commercialized, and you know, the focus is on like you're here to prove. And I appreciate everybody who does that for me, but like it's so refreshing to be able to like, let's have a conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and
The
most
content.
platforms don't allow it.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I love it every time someone tells me they enjoy it because they were allowed to just talk. They like it wasn't a structured thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for me, at first, I was very worried. People will look at it in a sense of
Q&A, Q&A.
You're just being never-minded about it. But I've seen it's been so. How do I say? There's been good fruits from it, and I'm glad that you enjoyed yourself. I will definitely wait for you to come back with your EP.
Yeah, no, I'm
Album.
gonna drop 2 EPs this year, but then I'm gonna drop the album afterwards.
Okay.
Oh.
So the EPs, because like if you listen to most of the releases I've dropped recently, they've been fun type songs. When I get in my album bag, I want to create art.
Of course.
You know, like not to say what I do now isn't art. You know, it has its moments and it's music you can turn up to, and sometimes serious matters. But like I was talking to Mitch and to I forgot the other guy who was here before.
Big Flex.
Biigg Flexx, yes. Like a body of work. Like it must be a unit from
Yeah.
front to back, must mean something.
Of course.
It has to have a takeaway. And yeah.
It's just
so-
a bit more crafted.
Yeah, yeah. Like like even if you watch a really good show versus these shows where the writers keep coming up with episodes,
Mhm.
it's kind of the same thing. a lot of them are just like, okay, what would excite people? What would excite people? Whereas you get like these shows where you know there's gonna be an ending after like 3 seasons, but you know they've planned it from like the first episode.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, yeah, and for me that's timeless. I want to create something that's timeless. So when that happens, I'll be back and then I'll explain the whole.
Hey, I hope I get to co-host when
You see how she's looking at? She's like, you know, she
Rick.
loves dogs. So she's giving those puppy eyes.
Hey.
Yeah. No, definitely. I'd call you up.
Of course,
Definitely.
it's always vibes.
And yeah, I'm looking forward to your EP. We were supposed to play a game, but we're way over time.
Way.
And you're lucky.
We like you, man.
You're very lucky.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
Cool.
Yeah, guys.
So guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We have to sign out, unfortunately, but I am hoping in the future there's plans for making a longer show so that you guys can have more content, because clearly people need to be heard, and clearly there's a lot to be talked about. Thank you for tuning in. You were tuned into the content. Name is Scharlarco. I'm joined by the beautiful Yola.
Hey.
And one of our special guests, Fiddy.The.Rapper.
The amazing,
Guys,
the
please
talented.
get your tickets for the Fiddy Fest.
Yes, please.
Happening this
Where can people get the
Saturday.
tickets? Where can people find you?
Oh,
where
my
can they find their
socials.
music?
Yes. I
didn't
Please
even
plug
think
yourself
about that.
before we go.
Okay, my music is on all streaming platforms: Spotify, Deezer, Apple Music, SoundCloud. I put it on YouTube as well. So just search Fiddy, Fiddy, the rapper, Rapper. In case you don't know how to spell rapper, Rapper. And then in terms of the tickets for Fiddy Fest, we have tickets at Brewers Market, so you can still go pick them up. Also, if you go check out my socials, Fiddy.The.Rapper, one word, _official. You'll see on the posters, my contact number is there. So you can call me. If I'm at work, I have people who are on standby, ready to do deliveries. It's $70 for early bird ticket in advance. We do charge a $30 delivery fee, regardless of the amount of tickets you purchase. So if you're buying for all your friends, we'll still just deliver for that $30 fee. If not, if you aren't able to buy in advance, it's going to be $100 at the gate. That's not fixed, because we might push up the price.
Of course.
Yeah. But, capacity, exactly. But yeah, Saturday, Brewers Market, Fiddy Fest, $70 for a ticket. Check out my socials, Fiddy.The.Rapper _official, for all the details. DM me if you have questions. Yeah.
Hey.
Great.
Awesome.
Yola, plug
Oh.
yourself, please.
You can find me on, I was about to say all social media platforms, but now you can find me on Instagram at Yola Hashingola, so that's YOLA. Hashingola, that's HASHINGOLA.
No double anything.
No doubles, we don't do that. And you can also find me on YouTube as well, because you know the girl's a YouTuber, under the same name. So I'm only on those 2 platforms, and yeah, it's vibes every time the girl's
Vibes,
online.
Yeah. Guys, you can find me here next week, Thursday.
Same time, same place.
Time, same place. Thank you so much again for tuning in. This is for you. I hope you enjoyed it. And we're out, and I'm leaving you with the sounds of Fiddy.The.Rapper featuring Arlinda.
Hey.
Bedside.
Na, 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 na.
Boy, I'm naked on your bedside, and you know that I'm in love with your backside. As I'm looking at your back right, thinking laying naked on your bedside, and you know, oh, you better fucking act right, or you won't have me on your bedside.
It's funny how we dress to have sex. You coming half naked, I'm half taken. I ain't sold yet. Am I paying for it by paying attention? Are you paying for it by paying it back? Are we 2 human beings, lonely and lost, looking for love at any cost? Two hearts covered in frost, both avoiding lines we shouldn't have crossed. I'm sure I'm dead inside, yet you make me feel alive. Whether dressed or undressed, you radiate in that sundress. A ray of sunshine, the sun's mine. She helps me unwind, lost in her space, where I find a black soul, a black hole, a black woman. Behold my heart, and she's not letting go. In the events of your horizon, it's surprising that you're alive and aligning with me. Too dark, so unique. Our woke souls were asleep.
Boy, I'm naked on your bedside, and you know that I'm in love with your bad side. As I'm looking at your back right, thinking laying naked on your bedside. And you know, oh, you better fucking act right, oh, you won't have me on your bedside.
I get lost in the stars of your eyes, so I shoot into the skies, to the sun, my core, my guide. Who's the love of my life? Thought we were planets apart, moons away, yet you keep me grounded, surrounded by love so deep it feels I finally found it. You make my earth shaking, yet somehow you make my ground lift. I'm astounded. Thought I was a star, but even though the tides change, we ride the wave, weather the storm. And on rainy days, I will dance in the center of your storm, 'cause I am your calm, and you are my center, my core. Whether it's exploring your body or your mind, you're what I live for, baby, listen. They bugging 'cause my fly be buzzing, call me honey. That sunflower I deflower and devour in showers by my bedside.
Early in the morning when I wake, we then big, and baby, acting like your loving gets me high, like we're in space. Let's transcend to planets beyond the mind. This attraction I can see through your third eye. Every single time, be like our first time. Don't mind, rewind, don't mind. And I want to remind you that I don't want to be compared to the other girls you be mishandling. I love you and I cherish you and treat you like my king. Ooh. And if you ever do me wrong, I'll eat you up and spit you out and put it in a song. So don't do me wrong, baby, don't do me wrong. Boy, I'm naked on your bedside, and you know that I'm in love with your bad side. As I'm looking at your back right, thinking laying naked on your bedside. And you know, oh, you better fucking act right, oh, you won't have me on your bedside.
Fiddy Fest 2021. I hope you guys are ready. Hashtag no names. Does it matter if the glass is half empty or half full when it's liquor? 'Cause she don't seem to mind when I pour it before I lick her. She don't think she mind for brief moments, throw down her knickers, but without brief shorts, she would only call me her. It figures, your figure's a figure that could make figures. It figures, your figure's the reason they wine for dinner. With red lipstick, you're prominent right out the picture. With all your options round, you're still happy I had picked ya. It figures that I am the cannot figure. It figures that I'm the guy that you cannot configure. No figure of speech, girl, you fall from my elixir. No figure of speech, girl, you fall from my enigma. See, we could be prominent figures. Like Jay-Z and Beyonce, I ask you why you single, 'cause you know that be beyond me. Your ex washed out, it's only right we do the laundry. Reasons to get you out of them clothes and all up on me. Your body's a silhouette. Each curve shape I can fill you with. Lingers in your mind and you wonder what I'll fill you with. Innocence, we ain't paid a cent to be acting this innocent. Dubbing a threat, maneuver around your curves, that's my landscape. Hills and figures through which the thrill delivers. The river, the passageway flowing through our den. Your garden, the only place that I can lay my stem.